How did Pepsi pay $1 million for this logo? And how do you even justify paying $1 million for a logo? And in this video, you'll learn what it takes to charge $1 million for your logo. So we have to justify something. Pepsi paid $1 million just for that logo. But let's just have a general idea of how much do usually companies or agencies price their logos at. And the thing is that for big companies, usually agencies price their logos about $3,000 or plus. But the thing is that you could get a logo for $5 on Fiverr. So honestly, what's the difference? Well, there's actually two aspects that differentiate a $1 million logo and a $3,000 one. The first thing is reasoning, and the second thing is trustworthiness. So let's look at trustworthiness first. So in an article by The Future, it literally says that corporations really prefer the least riskiest option. So they're looking for agencies and designers that have this track record of success, or that have produced some work or type of logos that they're looking for to create for their company. So here, the prices are expected to be huge. So if you're a freelancer or an agency, charging less will actually make you look more risky. So let's say if you want to do the logo for Pepsi, and you would basically propose them a price for their brand red design for $10,000. Meanwhile, all the other competitors are pricing like 100K or 200K. They'll look at your proposal and they'll be like, this guy is fishy. So here, the higher the price, the more security the company believes they have. But wait. Look, it's not that you just can, okay, I'll charge more. No, that's not how it works. With high pricing comes great responsibility.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Let me just put you in a context. Small companies, their logos might appear on their website and maybe on their building. Maybe their logo appears on the social media or something like that. However, for bigger companies, it's not the same thing. Companies like Pepsi, they're printing their logo on all of their cans. And how many cans are they producing every single year? And not just that, but their logo is gonna also appear on their trucks. It's gonna appear on buildings. It's gonna appear on so much apparel, or you could say merch. Or also, for example, they're sponsors of big events like the Olympics. The responsibility here is huge. So there's no room for mistakes. So we can come to a conclusion that the higher the revenue of the client, then the higher the price you can charge for the logo. You should stick for the second part of the video because that's where things get pretty interesting. Because we actually have the PDF document over here of the marketing agency that created the logo for Pepsi. And things in this document get kind of very interesting. So drop a like and a subscribe if you're enjoying the video currently and if you're getting any value out of it. So the second part to actually understanding why the price of the Pepsi logo was $1 million was actually the reasoning behind it. And here in front of me, I have the PDF that explains the actual reasoning behind it made by the agency that designed the logo. So if you look at the first page, trying to justify why they wanted to make that design change, which is from going from the kind of the wiggly line that was horizontal in the previously, and the reasoning why they wanted to incline it, which is basically to showcase innovation towards the future. When you go down, they really try to showcase the fact that the Pepsi's logo has a lot of art in it and has a lot of potential beauty in it. You can see after they're trying to find the identity of Pepsi by looking at their previous bottles, at their previous designs, and they're basically going to look at all of their old logos and they just kind of literally trace it and they try to find similar patterns. Let me show you the part that is very interesting. You can see that the marketing agency started to introduce the golden ratio. And they wanted to incorporate that golden ratio into the Pepsi logo. That's where things get a little interestingly weird. So the marketing agency tried to compare the Pepsi logo to the Earth geodynamo. So basically the natural acquiring electric generator in fluid motion generates and sustains the Earth magnetic field. So they wanted to basically compare the old Pepsi logo to Earth by showing that magnetic fields of Earth are kind of very similar on the old logo, which they call it on their old logo, Pepsi energy fields. And then things get even more interesting because then they basically designed the new logo in a way that if you look at on different angles from different perspective, you will see different smiley faces. Why did they do this? Well, also they have some justifications, which is basically that when customers are gonna walk on the aisle in the grocery store, they're gonna be basically looking at the Pepsi cans from the side, and then they go into color theory, which is that's completely normal. But then they go even like honestly very crazy. They try to again compare the Pepsi logo to the light path with gravitational pull. And then they literally go and make a 3D version of the logo, and they try to again incorporate aisles in some way into this. Like, it gets very weird. And then they even make a Pepsi universe, they say. A Pepsi universe with at 8 light years, 2 light years, like that. I have no idea what it means. I tried to understand it, tried to research it. So now we know what it takes to charge $1 million for a logo. So trustworthiness, so high prices and a very good track record, and also a lot of justifications. So The Future made a video of how they present the logos to the clients. And let me tell you, a lot of things are different from those presentations than what you saw in the PDF document. So first, they go over what the client wanted in the first place. So after they talk with the client and kind of had ideas, they basically go over that and say, so this is what we wanted, so that the client is prepared to see what we created. Also, in the video made by The Future, they actually tell you that they show 3 logos to the client. They actually make sure that the client has a choice, but not too much. And then what they do, they showcase that logo in black and white. This way the client can kind of look at it from just the shape aspect. Once the client chose one logo he really likes, then we go into different mock-ups. So now we know if you have the trustworthiness, so you charge high prices and you can deliver, and that if you have justification and a process in place to showcase how you arrived to this final logo, then you can charge $1 million for a logo. And Pepsi will definitely pay for it.